thank you guys for showing up today to our 5th or 6th Chris Talk. And today we're going to be talking about my book, The Vulgar Truth Diet, How to Fix Your Spine. So I'm not going to be talking about me the whole entire time. It's going to be about my book, so I won't bore you. A little background about myself. I have a degree in kinesiology from Hitchko, also University of Connecticut. I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist. Owner of the awesome Show Up Fitness. When in doubt, you just need to show up. And author of The Vulgar Truth Diet. So we're going to take a look at the next page, so you just kind of follow around. And the first page of my book, it was kind of a controversy. Because people, when they read it, the first thing it says is, if I offend anyone with my vulgarity or the shittiest behavior, I apologize. Actually, I don't. Go fuck yourself. My grandpa always told me, be yourself, Chris. Vaya con Dios. And I was actually going back and forth with one of my editors, and she's like, you can take that out. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's my book. I can do whatever I want. And the purpose of, if you turn to the next page, the purpose of the book, these are some things that kind of inspired me. Not penises, but this is from, anyone know what movie that's from? Superbad. Superbad, there you go. I remember watching that movie. And that scene when he got in trouble, and they're showing all the pictures and when he got in trouble, I was just laughing hysterically. Just for the fact of just the comedy aspect of it. You know, penises are funny, vaginas are funny, boobs are funny, sexuality is funny. And that's kind of the approach that I took with my book. Have you ever heard of Tucker Max?
Tucker? Yeah. I hope they serve beer in hell.
Yeah.
Hell
Tucker
yeah.
Max. You love that book. He's about a king. He's about a 5 foot tall, in my opinion, douchebag. And he was able to write a very, very successful book about his stories in his life, where he went out there and just did some very rude things to women. And he made a ton of money on it. And I was just like, you know, this guy's this douchebag. And he was able to tell you stories about just basically hooking up with chicks. People loved it. You know, who's read it in here? Who liked it? Everyone got a little, some people liked it, so it's like, it's pretty crazy. And so I was like, okay,
it's
well,
college.
It is college, but it kind of got my wheels to spin. But the real reason, one day, one of my trainers came up to me and said, can you read this book? One of my clients gave it to me, I want your feedback on it. And the book, I forget the name of it, that's how good it was. But I read it and I told him, this was crap. It was horrible, boring. There's nothing informative about it. This is the information that people are getting. Now, the purpose of my book isn't to be a textbook, but when it comes to fitness, people are really, you know, they have their mindsets. And I don't think that fitness should be so negative. I think it should be fun. I think when you learn about fitness, you should have fun learning about it. And that's why I love the penises, because you learn something about fitness, you look down and you kind of get, everyone, half the people in here are giggling. So you giggle about it, and you're like, okay, that's kind of funny, it's kind of sticking in my mind. Maybe it works for you, maybe it doesn't. Half the people who probably buy it are like, oh my God, this guy's a pervert. Well, that may be true, but you know, it's to get people kind of laughing a little bit. So the book is based off of what I developed. It's called the S.P.I.N.E. And the S.P.I.N.E. stands for 7 different things. The S stands for sex, sleep, stress, psychology, injuries, nutrition, and exercise. And for the longest time, I'll get to that in a second actually, but if you address your spine, what's going to happen is you're a lot more likely to maximize fat loss. Too many times today, people only look at it as exercise or nutrition. And so let's go to the next page. How do you fix your spine? That's the important thing. And again, I hammer this down a lot. This is an acronym that I helped develop with my dad, who's a psychologist. I worked with some physical therapists and nutritionists. You know, over 69% of Americans overweight. How ironic is that actually came out this year, in 2015, 69% of Americans will be overweight. And how do you fix that? So when I was in college and right when I graduated, I thought it was pretty simple. Fat loss and weight loss was a bicycle, where both tires didn't need to be optimally full, meaning that you didn't have to have awesome nutrition and awesome exercise. You could have just one or the other, doing pretty well, and you could achieve your goal. You want to know that basketball player is right there? Ben Gordon. He's considered the top 10 best athletes. Top 10 most in shape athletes in the NBA. He went to UConn. I remember walking next to him. Man, I'm at 6'4". I'm like, Ben, you're not 6'4". He's 6'2". And my cowboy boots were the same height. But guy's insane shape. He ripped, 6-pack. maybe 5% body fat. You can bench 225, probably 30 plus times. Guy was in the same shape. Watch his diet every morning. I was one of those creepy guys that love the basketball players, so I always sit next to him in the hall and watch him and listen to the assistants talking to him. But always checking out his diet. He ate like crap. Fruit Loops, fruit punch, pizza, spaghetti, all the time he ate like crap. But the guy was a freaking statue. Why was that? Exercising all the time. And is he exercising an hour a day? No. Those guys are waking up at 5 a.m., they're doing 9 a.m. practices, they're doing a 1 p.m. workout, they're doing a 4 p.m. practice. They're working out all the damn time. And so that helps kind of support my idea that I used to think that it's only exercise and nutrition. And here's my, I call him my redneck roommate up in the Bay Area of Jackson. And he also has kind of a good success story. When he started training with me, he's like 225 pounds. Big guy. Started working out with me 3 to 4 times a week. Simple stuff. Bench press, deadlifts, back squats, lat pull downs, presses. Guy lost probably about 20, 25 pounds in about 3 months. Notorious after our workouts, we would walk home, back pocket, get his chew out, put a chew in, go home, have a couple beers. Didn't change his nutrition at all. What did he change? Just exercise more. And so, again, interesting viewpoint that just by exercising you can get in better shape. And so we're going to get into a couple reasons why it's not just exercise and nutrition, but I don't want you guys to get bored. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to stand up. Now, if you want to take your shoes off, that's fine. If you don't have to. I'm going to take my boots off just to go over how we can optimize our spine. What I mean by that is there's 5 things that I suggest for all people that you can do just to put your body in an opportunistic movement pattern. The first thing we do, starting with the most inferior part, is looking at our feet. And if your feet are on the ground, we should have 3 checkpoints. Our big toe, our pinky, and our heel. We should pretend like we're palming the ground. Palming the ground, not grasping it, you're just palming it. And so when we're constantly squeezing the ground like that, you might feel your inner thigh hurt a little bit. You feel it not hurt, but it gets engaged, and also your butt gets engaged. That's optimal foot mechanics right there. We should be doing that all the time, but we have a filter in our shoes and we lose that. And so that's one of the first things that we can do to start with our optimal movement patterns. Second one is our chest and how we should be standing. This one's always a creepy one. So I want you to put your hands straight out. Don't push anyone. There you go. Nice. Who dropped the drink? There you go. Come back here, 90 degrees. We're going to externally rotate all the way up. Come down. And here. This is optimal chest mechanics right here. This is how we should be standing. This feels awkward. I feel like Joe wants to fight me right now. You know, he's sticking his chest out like, what's up, man? What's going on? This doesn't feel right, but this is right. This is how we should be standing the whole entire time. Next one's breathing. And you can do a quick little breathing test by putting one hand on your arm. Let's put our hand on our partner's chest. I'm just joking. Don't get too excited. One hand here, one hand on your stomach. And you're going to take just 2 really, really, really big deep breaths. Apple cider, whiskey, one more. What hand should be moving?
Bottom.
Bottom hand. If our upper hand is breathing, that means we're a chest breather. That means we're going to be prone to headaches. It means we're going to be prone to upper cross syndrome, tightness in our chest. Our pec minor right here can be overactive. How do we fix that? We'll talk about that a little bit. Next one's my favorite, glutes. When in doubt, go to the glutes. Now, you're going to be able to check your partners out in front of you. I want you to be able to, ready? Check this out. Boom! Squeeze this up. You wink at everyone.
The wink.
The wink. Yeah, if I can see it, that's optimal glute activation. Practice a couple of those. It's not twerking. That's a little different. Now, twerking is...
We don't want to see Chris.
You just squeeze your glutes in. And this is getting oxygen to our glutes. I'll say hump the air. If you have a belt or something here, it's going to come up to your face. Kiss your face. And by doing that, you're just getting oxygen into your glutes. Our glutes are stereotypically really, really weak. We need to strengthen them. And last but not least is our core. We forget how to use our core. And what you do for that is you tighten everything up. If your partner, if I was going to come over here and punch you real quick or jab you, tighten up. Tighten up the whole entire thing. The whole entire thing should be nice and hard from your belly button all the way to your back. That's called bracing. And those are the 5 checkpoints that you can start to implement daily just to work with optimal mechanics. All right, take a seat. We got some oxygen to our head now. Do I really need my boots? I guess I don't. Back in boots. Boots. I'm short. Alright, you know how it feels, Joe. Yes,
Merry Christmas, Joe.
but then you have some other individuals. So I talked about my roommate, talked about athletes. These guys are working out all the time and not changing much of nutrition. But then what about certain competitors? Bikini competitors, figure competitors, endurance athletes, notorious for having spare tires around the midsection. Or there's also a client I'm going to talk about. So I was working with prepping a girl for a show, and her workouts were insane. She was working out 5, 6, 7 times a week. She was doing a ton of cardio. She was working out really well. Her nutrition was pretty much spot on with a few cheats here and there. But she wasn't losing the weight. She wasn't getting to where I wanted her to be. Her face started getting a little bigger. She started showing a little fat around her stomach. What's going on? There's something else besides exercise and nutrition. So it starts getting me thinking, well, what could it be? Talking to her a little bit more, find out her mom was going through chemo. She's not sleeping very well. So stress levels are through the roof. And also her sleep's jacked up. Well, we're told that you exercise harder, you eat less, you're going to get the results. Well, for her, it's the exact opposite. Interesting. Then you have endurance athletes. These guys are going, these girls are hundreds of miles in the weekend, but a lot of them don't have that jacked six-pack like sprinters do. They're doing a ton of workouts, and their their nutrition could be spot on, but they don't have that six-pack. Why is that? Again, looking at hormonal levels and stress, and when we put the body through a gamut of cardio for hours on out, we produce a ton of cortisol, we store a lot of fat in our stomach. And then last but not least, there was a client who we were training. This is one of my favorite. She's a liquor rep. Trained her 6 times a week. She was loaded. She had the best job ever. She just drank all day. I can't beat that. But she literally go to bars, and she would just drink, and she would interact with the bartenders and stuff. And so she was drinking all the time. She wasn't sleeping very much. But she was exercising all the time with us, and she was also, her nutrition was pretty much spot on. She started gaining weight a lot as well. And then I talked to her a little bit more about some events that are coming up, and this just couldn't grasp it at all. She's getting married. I'm like, yeah, fine. She's like, I hate my fiance. I'm like, whoa, what the hell? How's that happen? You're getting married, but you hate your partner you're about to be with. That's crazy. Ton of stress, not sleeping well because of the alcohol, exercising all the time, nutrition's jacked up. So what happened to her? She put on a ton of weight, and we actually had a medical intervention with her. We had to get her to a doctor to work with adrenal fatigue because she was so messed up. She was constantly in a fight or flight state. So we got the spine questionnaire, and what I'm going to do right here, I'm going to go over a little role play. I'm going to use your spine sheet. So, yep, it's your time to shine. It's your 15 minutes of fame right here, bud. Okay, cool, man. So I'm going to put you on the spot. So I'm always going to sit down. You can enjoy yourself. You can still drink your stuff, but I'm going to go over a spine questionnaire with Mr. Jace right here. Jace. So, Jace, I'm going to sit here. We're going to go over...
What's up, man? I'm Jace. Nice to meet you.
Nice. That's a good handshake.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So we're going to go over the 30 questions that I designed, not just for myself, but also with my dad, who's a psychologist, and some other professionals in the field, to where I felt the 30 best questions to help determine the likelihood for fat loss. Now, are these the 30 best questions? In my opinion, they're good. They could always be better, and I'm going to try to make them better by consulting with other people. So these are the 30 that I have right now. So the first part of the spine has the normal spine has with the anatomy. There's 3 curves: cervical, thoracic, and lumbar. There's 3 parts of this spine, and I break it up into S.P.I., which is your stress, your sleep, your sex, and psychology. And then the second group of the spine is going to be nutrition. The last week will be exercise. So if you're uncomfortable by any of the questions, I'm sure you're not.
No, I took a look.
Okay, yeah. You sleep between 8 and 10 hours a night?
Generally, yes, I actually do. It's something I strive for.
Okay.
Usually between 7 and 9.
Good, nice.
Strive for 8.
At 1 point. So you stretch or foam roll at least 3 times a week for 15 minutes?
Generally, yes, but currently I'm suffering from slight pain in my right shoulder, clavicle specifically.
Way too much information, though. 3, you spend at least an hour per week by yourself detaching from society's fast pace of life.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's good. So that point. Do you have a negative outlook?
I try to be as positive as I can. So.
Very positive. Those are the happy things that you put into certain things and eat and smoke. Speaking of which, do you smoke cigarettes, tobacco, or marijuana?
I don't smoke cigarettes. In the past, I've been known to smoke marijuana.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So,
It's almost legal.
It's almost legal, but you know, it's for medical issues, so only if I have an injury or something.
Good, good. Do you have a hangover 2 times per month, or drink at least 2 nights a week?
I've had 1 or 2 hangovers in my life. I try not to live with that, but I have drank 1 or 2 times per week.
Okay. Are you easily frustrated or get angry like the Hulk?
No, I'm definitely no Hulk.
Okay. Well, I know that, but I'm saying you get angry.
It's good. I am wearing green though. No, I don't get angry. I'm very thankful for
Do you worry a lot?
I don't worry.
Yeah.
And my anxiety, I'm like a walking Xanax.
Do you have a low back pain?
My lower lumbar has been known to ache in the past, but currently I'm doing okay.
80% of Americans have low back pain. It's insane.
Like,
Sit down like we're doing right now.
Is that the same number corresponding to weak glutes?
I mean, it would be very interesting
I have a nice butt,
to look
thank you,
at.
Miss Peter.
Nice butt is not different from proper activation. I was working with someone actually today, and you can consider having a nice butt, but glute activation that cannot be optimal. So training that's really, really important. So do you have sex at least 3 times per week?
Absolutely.
Remember the next part, with yourself doesn't
With
count.
whom? Yeah.
If it was with myself, it'd be more than that.
You got 7
Am
on
I
that
wrong? Let's be honest.
one. You got 7 on that one. So are you currently on a diet, or have you tried in the past 3 months and stopped?
No, I'm not really on a diet.
Do you have cravings for sweet or salty foods more than 1 time per week?
Yeah, I like chocolate.
Okay. Do you eat at least 10 servings of fruits and vegetables per day?
10?
That's really a lot of servings. I don't think I'd get 10 in.
Is it a lot?
I mean, what is a serving necessarily? Because I only eat
An apple.
3 times a
Okay.
day. Oh, then, yeah, pretty much. I mean,
10, okay.
today I had 5 different vegetables.
Do you eat breakfast majority of the time?
Yeah, almost every day I have to
Do
get
you win the week, as in 4 days a week, do you eat naturally grown foods?
Yes.
Okay. Do you drink at least 8 glasses of water?
Actually, I've been getting better about that, but I don't know if I'm exactly at optimum 8.
Okay. Do you have fast food more than 4 times a month?
I don't really eat
Okay.
that.
Do you drink soda? No. Do you eat cereal, bread, tortillas, chips,
I
or
don't eat
rice?
cereal. I don't eat a lot of corn because we don't digest it properly.
That's okay.
But it's true, we don't.
Do you have a designated cheat day at least once per week?
I've been known to eat In-N-Out Burger occasionally.
Okay. So we got 5 on that one, so nutrition is 5, we're at 12 right now. Last but not least, we have exercise. You exercise 4 times a week.
What about injury?
Okay.
Anymore?
Does cardio make up more than 50% of your exercise?
I don't really cardio.
Good. You spend more than 15 minutes per week isolating your abs.
Of course.
Okay. Can you do 10 push-ups? Yeah, here we go.
Way
Can
more.
you do, for the girls, can you do 1 chin-up?
Are you kidding me? I can do a bunch of chips.
Do machines or bodyweight exercise make up more than 50% of your stuff?
No, I'm not Jason.
Do you perform resistance training?
Oh!
Do you watch 1 hour
Shot
TV
at
a
you,
day?
guy.
Do you watch 1 hour TV a day?
No, not generally.
Okay. And do you watch, can you touch your hands behind your back if you're
Yeah.
like that? And do you do resistance on your legs twice per week?
I claim leg injury, but honestly, no.
So that was 8, that was nice, so 8, total of 20. Sounds really, really good.
I mean, I have
I'm
really bad
gonna give you a
injury.
high five.
I'll
It's a
take
good
it.
job.
Thank you, sir.
Maybe I'll give you a hug afterwards.
I'll take a hug.
I'll have you take a seat. I'm actually gonna,
Cheers, too.
I'm gonna have you just go sit and just get out of here. I'm gonna keep
For God's sakes, get out of here.
He's done seeing me, man. Really? You taking my chair?
So,
Go stand up.
20 on the score. 20 on the S.P.I.N.E score, which is really good. For my book, the subjects, the average score is between 8 to 10. And, you know, not sleeping, not moving very well, potentially exercising hard and dieting really, really hard may not be optimal form. So this is the questionnaire that essentially I can use to see the likelihood of fat loss form. So, are you guys ready for the next one? So really, keep your clothes on, don't throw anything at me because this is a badass boat example. I've been waiting to use this live. There we go. And a little side note, I have to give credit where credit's due. The book titled The Vulgar Truth Diet, it's not a diet. It's actually a plan, it's a lifestyle modification. And I actually stole that from the Tita brothers. They're 2 NDs who are super, super intelligent, and their book, The Metabolic Effect Diet, is a ploy just so people will buy it. So if you see diet, you want to buy it. Hence the Vulgar Truth Diet. People are going to be more intrigued by it. We've got a boat. We're going to be a guy or girl today. What do you want, guys? What do you want to be?
I know you want to be a girl, Chris.
Okay, we're going to be a female. So take my guy out. Jace's boat would be right here. He would be ready to go. He'd be ready to take off. This is the